You don't need more money, more time, or more motivation. You just need to stop treating the gym like it's a luxury. Every time you skip because of work, school, or money stress, you're choosing a weaker version of yourself. If your body actually mattered to you, you'd show up regardless. And I'm gonna tell you a story because there was a time when I thought that I overtrained and I stopped going to the gym. I fixed my diet, I focused on my diet, and I started getting to 4 meals a day. I was bulking, and I went back to the gym, and the gym felt like shit. I thought that I would feel stronger in the gym, but the gym pretty much just felt like shit. I did get stronger on my back day though. I went from pulling 4 plates to pulling 5 plates on this back machine. But the gym felt like shit, and I realized, okay, the most important thing for me to do right now is to stay consistent. I need to just simply stay consistent and just keep getting back into the flow of going to the gym. I took my week of rest. I no longer need to worry about overtraining. Let me just stay consistent. Then I had an issue where I had money issues. Some emergency happened and I had to go deal with something, and I wanted to focus more on just getting money and into just making sure that I have enough to provide for myself and everything. What do you think got sacrificed? The gym. I stopped going to the gym again. And then I worked to get extra money and to get extra pay and like to do other stuff like that. And then I realized it hit me. I had missed the gym for like 4 days. I was able to get out the bind, but because of that, I decided to just focus more on money. I said, you know what? I'm done. I'm just going to focus more on money. Money's the only thing that fucking matters right now. I don't care. Money's important. And it is. That's not even a lie. It's hella important. But then I realized that's the same trap that you fall into as an adult. This is why that you're not in shape. I remember because I've been a gym rat at heart for 11 years. So I know the traps. I know what's stopping me from the gym. It was that. And it's not that money's bad. It's because as an adult, you have responsibilities that you think are more important than the gym in the short term. And I realized this is the trap adults fall into. I was door dashing at the time and I had missed the gym to go fucking door dash. And I thought to myself, could I go and hit the gym after this consistently? And I thought, you know, unless I do meth, no, I can't. And that's what I want to talk about in this video. This is the number one fitness trap adults fall into. Don't focus on money. Don't focus on shit else but fitness. I'm telling you the truth. Don't focus on nothing else but fitness. And I'm going to talk about why in this video. But in case you don't know me, my name's Chike and I've been consistent in the gym for 11 years. I've been lifting weights for 11 years of my life. And I'm just a gym rat at heart, genuinely. But as I get older, as I have stuff to worry about, that shit starts to change. Life starts to attack you in different ways, especially because I'm managing being active duty military. I'm also managing being serious and consistent on YouTube, making sure that I have a consistent upload schedule, having this gig work, having a side hustle. And then on top of that, staying true to my fitness, hitting the gym 4 or 5 days a week, every single month, making sure that I'm reaching my fitness goals. Now, on top of that, I'm also actively dating and I have an active social life. How do I manage all this stuff? And I learned that it's not about managing time. Managing time is part of it, but it's also about managing your energy. I learned how to bulk without having to count every single calorie and burning out all my discipline and all my energy. I've learned how to take a break from the gym without it being unproductive and losing strength and all this other stuff. In short, I get a lot of fucking arrows in my back. And the thing is, as an adult, because you were never a gym rat like me, you don't know what the arrow is. Like, think about this. I grew up at 14, I've been lifting weights. Now I'm an adult. I've had multiple jobs throughout college. I'm being full-time student and having part-time jobs. I dealt with having multiple jobs in high school. I'm dealing with student loans. I have the same life that you do. I've been a gym rat. Now I'm a fucking adult where I still have to manage this stuff. I am more aware of the arrows that hit my back that's hurting my fitness career than you are, because you were never a gym rat. You were never that guy. And because of that, the purpose of this channel is to keep you from getting the arrows in your back. That's my point. I'm the guy that wants to fall into the traps and then tell you what the fuck's going on and why you're not achieving your goals. And I'm telling you right now, not only is it about all the analysis paralysis in the gym, because I know, especially as a beginner, fitness is really confusing to you. It's about how your life is set up. And I'm going to tell you exactly how you can become a gym rat, because you just not going to get this body until you become a gym rat. I'm going to say that every single time on this channel. You really just not going to have this body until you become a gym rat. And the key to that is by not worrying about shit else. That's it. You're going to have some objection, but just watch to the end of the video. Just understand what I'm trying to say. And my first point is this, really simple point. Gains is built through consistency over time. Gains is built through consistency, not just for a week, not just for a month, but multiple months and then eventually multiple years. That consistency over time is what's going to give you the gains. It's having more volume in the gym over time. And how does volume in the gym over time get disrupted? And that's my second point. It's adult problems. That's what it is. It's adult problems. That's like studying for your college exams. That's gig work if you work a gig or a side hustle to make more money. That's pretty much etc. Like you have kids or something like that. You have other stuff in your life. In the short term, what you do is that you sacrifice the gym and fitness because in the short term, the other things are more important. Your kids are more important. Your studying for college is more important because that's what actually changes the quality of your life overall in the long term. But then what happens in the long term? 80% of Americans are obese. They're also in debt. Most people have high cholesterol, can't run a mile, don't look like this, don't have the physique. You're probably the guy who's every New Year's, you try and change your life. You say, I'm gonna get into fitness again next year. The start of this year, I'm gonna do it. And you don't fucking do it. And that's the reason why. You're trapped in an infinite loop. That night when I was door dashing and I realized like I fucked up by trying to focus on this shit. I did because I needed the money, but I realized like, first of all, the reason I didn't have that money in the first place is because I didn't manage my finances right. That was the problem initially. I hate to put my business out there, but it's the truth. This situation is why most of you guys don't fucking hit the gym. It's because of stress and adult problems. And until you develop this mindset that I'm about to talk to you about, it's just gonna keep bitching you around. Life is just gonna keep punking you around. Because in the short term, you sacrifice the gym so that you can pay more attention to studying. You don't get a gym membership because you think you have to study for an exam. So you think a gym membership is just gonna hurt studying for exams. No, it's not. You think that you hitting the gym every day is just gonna hurt some other aspect of your life that you have to pay attention to. No, the fuck it's not. And then in the long term, you sacrifice your fitness and then you're less fit than you were initially. My third point is that the key isn't to quit that stuff and to neglect the other stuff. You have this binary way of thinking. You think, okay, if I don't do this shit, I have to do this shit. That's not true. The key is to simply stop worrying. Have almost like this give it up to God mindset where you're like, I'm not gonna worry about that shit. And then just make gym a priority. You can still do the gig work. You can still study for as much as you need to study. Make the gym a priority. I've made videos about how you can have a bare minimum workout and have focused seasons in your life. You need to go watch those videos. But I'm telling you right now, when you stop worrying and you just make the gym a priority, that's when you can actually change your life. Because the most important thing that you can do is to go to the gym. But I'm telling you right now, if I had just made the gym a priority and said, okay, I'm just gonna DoorDash later, I probably would have made the same amount of money. I probably would have been in the same situation. If you told yourself, okay, I'm gonna study, but I just gotta go hit the gym for 45 minutes to an hour, you probably would have got the same amount of time studying in. And I'm gonna talk about practical steps that you can do. But I'm telling you right now, listen to what I'm saying. The issue is that you don't make the gym a priority. Make that shit a priority. After you do your mandatory duties for the day, after you make your mandatory appointments for the day, that's work, that's school, that's whatever. And let's say you have to pick up the kids after. As soon as you're done, just make the gym a priority. Tell yourself that you cannot do the extra thing that you feel like you need to focus on until you go and just hit the gym and you hit your workout. This is why home gyms can help, but sometimes you can't really craft a home gym because you may live in an apartment, you just have other shit to do. Go get a fucking gym membership. Go get one. Stop being a bitch. Stop coping. Go get one right now and make that a priority. Make the gym a priority because listen, my job isn't to help you get financially stable. I'm just gonna be real with you. My job isn't to help you do that. That's Dave Ramsey's goddamn job. That ain't my job. My job isn't to fix your marriage. My job is to make you in shape so that when you're 60, you don't die of high fucking blood pressure and die on your kid's 20 something birthday. That's my goddamn job. My job is to give you the body that you want so that you can be healthy. So that when you get older, you can sleep with your wife without getting ED. That's my job. I'm trying to make sure that you're healthy and that in shape and that you have an aesthetic body so that when you're in that long-term relationship, your woman doesn't lose respect for you because you keep gaining weight and you don't have respect for yourself. So as far as that other stuff, you need to manage that. But I'm telling you right now, just stop worrying about everything else. Act like nothing else matters. You need to have this retard mindset where nothing else matters. I'm telling you, back when I was younger, when I was a kid, when I was 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, that's when the gains are insane. That's why you see these young guys making good gains because they don't worry about nothing else. All they think about is girls and maybe grades, and then they just go hit the gym. I'm telling you, you see these teenagers online all getting jacked. I'm telling you right now, it's not impressive getting jacked as a teenager because they don't have shit to worry about. When you're younger, you're in your prime to get in shape, but when you're older and you have more bills like me, I mean, I'm 25, so I'm still young, but you have bills, you have stuff to worry about. You keep the fucking lights on. You put the food in your mouth. You put the food in your wife and kids' mouths. When you're that guy, that's when fitness becomes more of a challenge because you actually have shit to worry about. You're gonna think I'm bullshitting you, but if you worry about that stuff and you don't just prioritize hitting the gym for at least 30 to 40 minutes a day, 45 minutes, and doing the bare minimum, you will never get in shape. And my next point is this: fuck diet, Fuck everything, just focus on the gym. Unless you're overeating drastically and you're eating a bunch of ding dongs and dinky cakes and all this goofy shit, listen, you don't need to worry about diet. Just eat whole foods, craft a diet, loosely follow it, and just hit the gym. There be days when I accidentally miss a meal because I have shit to do or because I forgot to meal prep this one thing. I do more damage to myself when I don't hit the gym than when I skip the gym, than when I do hit the gym and I skip a meal. The only thing you need to worry about is be a caveman. Be a freaking caveman, ancestral retard. Just hit the gym. I'm telling you the truth. Act like nothing else matters. Act like hitting the gym is just a habit that you need to hit 4 days a week, 3 days a week, 5 days a week. I don't care. And then just do the bare minimum. Do 4 workouts, keep your workouts 8 rep range, get high intensity, go high in weight, and then go fuck off and go home and then take care of what you need to take care of. But I'm telling you the truth. If you worry about other things and you sacrifice fitness for it, you're just gonna do it again. It's the same thing when you build up a savings account or an emergency fund, but then you don't have self-control. You withdraw from your savings or you withdraw from your emergency fund thinking that you have a want that's an emergency, and then you have like less money in your savings account because you've built up that habit of withdrawing from your savings and procrastinating, and then you're going to do it again. If you procrastinate once, you're going to procrastinate again. Just build up that habit. The reason I have this body is because for a long time I had this fucking pressure and this buildup inside of me to always hit the gym all the time. It was an addiction. Think about this. The gym needs to become an addiction. I could not go a day without the gym. When you see guys that look like me, people may talk shit to me and act like whatever the fuck. They may say in my comment section, you're a small little bro. Every girl that I match with on Tinder or Hinge, I end up clapping 2-3 days later or the same night, says that I'm fucking swole as shit and that I'm a huge guy and that's why they swiped on me. Every single guy that I see in the gym that sees me, they see me in person, they say that I'm freaking huge. I don't give a fuck what they say, but I'm telling you the truth. The reason I look like this is because the gym is an addiction. Don't worry about anything else. When you worry about other stuff, you increase your mental bandwidth and then you don't fucking fulfill what you need to fulfill. I'm telling you the truth. So I know I just ranted, but what's a practical way that you can implement this advice, bro? What's a practical way that you can implement this? First you need to do is make a timetable. Make a timetable, make a schedule, loosely stick to it. Just have a schedule of your ideal day. First you need to put down, okay, what time do you go to work? What time do you need to go to sleep so that you can get 7 to 8 hours of rest? What time of the days are you gonna eat? How many meals you're gonna eat? Have that there. After you get the framework, after you get the skeleton and the base and foundation, you've put on the timetable the things that you need to do in order to keep your life going, then put the gym down. Put the gym at a time that you think is reasonable for you. Then you want to put the other things, the extra stuff that you need to do in order to get better in the stuff that you're worried about, because I know that our life isn't just gym, it's other stuff too. And then you have your timetable and stick to it. Stick to a schedule. Manage your time. Then now that you've managed your time, you also need to manage your energy. How can you do that? And that's when you do this thing called batching. I have to do YouTube. I upload every other day. You probably think that every other day I actually sit in front of the camera and I upload. That's not true. I make a bunch of videos on one day out the week. I literally sit in front of my camera for 4 fucking hours a day, and then I batch a bunch of videos together. You need to do that with studying. When you study material, you need to study the material for the entire week on one day. Set a time block on a weekend, an uninterrupted time block where you put your phone to the side and you just study on everything. You study on everything, you get caught up with everything that you need to do for the week. Batch your gig, batch your studying, batch everything. Start batching and find a way to batch together the extracurricular stuff outside of fitness that you need to do in order to get caught up and to stay afloat on the week. And that's going to take discipline on your part. If you don't do it, it's going to bite you in the ass. Batch your important habits together and stick to them. And then the third thing that you need to do, like I'm always going to say, just make gym your priority, just hit it. If you miss your diet, hit the gym. If you miss something, hit the gym. If you missed the gym the other day, don't try and compensate for that split on that day. If you miss your push day on Monday, don't try and hit your push day on Tuesday. Just do your pull day on Tuesday, Wednesday, and then hit your push day the next Monday. Stick to the same order of operations. Stick to your timetable. Don't do anything different on other days. Just stick to it. Because I promise you, the most powerful thing that you can do for your growth as a person, male or female, young or old, is that you make your most productive day a fucking habit. When your day becomes a habit, when going to the gym becomes a habit because it's in your timetable and you don't switch up anything, no matter what happens in the day, that's when you become dangerous. I promise you. If you want to learn how to stay consistent in the gym, how to build an aesthetic body, especially if you're a beginner and fitness is just confusing to you, go ahead, course top link in the description. Otherwise, if you want to learn more, go ahead and click on this video. Goodbye.